Welcome to Sage Sisters. We are sisters, besties, moms, and co-founders having a fun catch-up on parenting and life.
Hey, I'm Ann.
And I'm Kate. Welcome to another episode of the Sage Sisters podcast. And we get to talk about one of our favorite topics today. Do you want to tease it?
Food.
I realized right before this and my stomach was grumbling that I might have made a very fatal flaw, which is I didn't eat a big enough breakfast. So we're going to start talking about food and I'm just going to be over here like full fat kid, just drooling.
Well, maybe it will help because we are going to talk about the recalls and the parasites of it all. So maybe that won't be appetizing.
That's exactly what I need.
Listen, in the news right now is all the food recalls. This summer has been kind of crazy.
When you say in the news, you mean in your social media feed, right?
Of course. Is there another kind?
I don't know. I wanted to just sanity check.
There's in the actual news, there's a lot on this too.
How do you know? Are you reading actual news?
Listen, on occasion, I get updates about news articles.
From your husband. Okay. Tell me about your high and then we'll get into all the food things.
Well, my kids went back to school this week, and that's not the high, but we had like a 2-day before end of school, like free for all celebration. I called it the weekend of fun. It was real cheesy.
It's giving forced fun, but all right, carry on.
It totally was. Well, we actually ended up having a blast. So on Saturday, we went to my kids' favorite place on earth, not Disney, Pop Stroke. You know, we're a golf family.
Place?
Yes. Oh, they're obsessed.
The Tiger Woods one you were, yeah. Okay.
Now, I'm not going to go into it. I explained it a couple months back, like how cool this place is, but it's indoor, outdoor putt-putt. But we just had so much fun. And my kids thrive in that situation. Mm-hmm. And then the next day we went to this place called Soar that is like an adventure tower. And they also have a little putt-putt. But you would be so proud of me.
Up to a high height?
I got to be with Lily. So Lily was on the base floor.
What am I proud of you for? My
ability to see my kids doing it and not have anxiety.
Okay. Yep. That's real.
They were, at first, every single one of them. I mean, it was kind of aggressive. They were all a little nervous. You're attached to like a cable cord by a harness. Mm-hmm. And you have to unattach one side to clip on to an activity and then unclip the other side and clip back on. So you're literally very high up clipping and unclipping, but one is always attached.
And you clip yourself.
But it's manual. Yeah. So my kids had to figure it out. And at first, they were a little hesitant. When you see pictures of this tower, it is extremely high up. They were on like the 3rd level doing some of these like going across a wire, you know, like walking across a wire. It was insane.
It's giving me, we went to Tahoe and did like one of those zipline courses. And some of them were like kind of too high for Calvin. He was freaking out, but we were already up there.
Yes.
And I just remember he goes, Mom, I'm scared. And I was like, there's nowhere to go here except down this thing. And I just remember him looking at me like slowly just.
There was like a teenage boy working there. Okay. And he was the one to explain all of this, like how it works, safety stuff. He was mumbling. It was like, what? Speak up. Like, I was just like, he was literally not explaining the safety stuff very well. And then he would be like, that's it. And now
are you also someone who pays attention during the flight attendant like presentation?
No, I've seen that one. I don't need to pay attention anymore. But this one we had never been to. We need to pay attention.
I probably shouldn't bring this up because this is a true hellscape. I'm not even laughing. This is a tragedy beyond measure. But there was a woman skydiving. They didn't clip her in. Or not skydiving, bungee jumping. They didn't attach it and she died. They just pushed her off a cliff.
That's horrifying. I don't ever want to hear that story again. That poor woman. Honestly,
I wish I didn't know that, but I was like, I want to clip myself in from now on. I don't want some like high 20-year-old being responsible for my clip in.
Well, and they're doing it multiple times a day. Like easy to slip up on accident, you know, like not like, you know, it's just like you're just distracted. No. And this was like a lot of manual work for our kids. And anyways, a lot of people in this area have done it. It's not like crazy, but like, each one of them overcame fear. Like they started off on like a pretty aggressive level and Ace like was terrified at first. And then he's whipping around this course going on the very top level, doing the craziest stuff by the end of the day. Lola, same thing. Lily, even her little course was adorable, but there was a section that was a little bit higher off the ground. And at first she was going, no, 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 no. But you have to stay the lower level. You can't unclip. You have to just stay on course.
Yeah.
And there's a part where I can't hold her hand. So she has to do it on her own. And it was a little like, she just couldn't do it. I was trying to like hold her feet and drag her, like try to get her past this one section, and then the rest was fine. And by the end of it, she was whipping around the whole thing by herself. So like they really were pretty impressive. And I was impressed with just my level of like chill. And you can ask Phil. I was chill.
I'm impressed because, we're always pushing more independence. This is how they learn confidence and competence is like, you got to let them take some risks. So good job, TA. Good.
I think
good
part of it was my weekend to be like, we're doing it. And everyone was a little reluctant. So I needed it to go well,
You were the fun forcer.
Right. So like had Phil been like, let's go to this adventure park, I may have been a little more nervous. No, it was my doing. So I was like, we're doing it. You'll go out on that wire and like it.
Walk the plank. Okay, but how did the first week of school go?
So far, so good. We're in it, and it seems to be going pretty well. I'm getting a little bit of info of like my teacher. We did already have an incident.
Oh boy.
On the bus where I got a call. So and so on my squad was standing on the bus. And
okay, that's fine.
Innocent, but I got a call already. I was like, 2 days in? Are we joking? Is that a record? And anyways, we're nip that in the bud early, move on, Okay. So now we're on the other side of that.
Great. Well, I dropped mine off for school this morning. First day today. They were nervous yesterday. Well, they and Calvin was quite nervous yesterday. And I, even this morning, he had a hard time getting up because we've been sleeping in. But we added something called the positive pickle. And they sell this thing at Target, and like everyone needs it. It is hysterical. It is a plastic pickle. And when you push its little stem, it says something positive to you.
No, I need this immediately. Are you serious?
Yeah. Someone, I know who they are. A friend of ours gifted it to Grace. You remember when she thought she made the finals and then she didn't?
Yeah.
And she was so upset. Yeah. One of her friends dropped off this positive pickle to our friend, which I thought was the sweetest thing ever.
Oh my gosh.
Calvin is really
immediately.
Yeah. They got it at Target. And, it's just something silly when he's sort of feeling a little grumpy in the morning. So we decided Cal gets the positive pickle to help get him out of bed in the morning. And even this morning, he was like, please tell me it's not time. And I was like, it's time, bro.
What did positive pickle have to say?
It was like, you're pickle perfection or something.
Oh my God. We're going to link that. We have to
it's a must. Obsession. It's an immediate must buy.
Okay.
It was joy. And then he giggled. And then we got him moving. So I'm like really on board with positive pickle. Could be my obsession, but
I'm obsessed. I'm dressed like a pickle today. Again, I realized I wore this shirt on the last podcast, but that was 12 days ago.
You could be a positive pickle.
I am a positive pickle today.
But we got him up and, he was real nervous. And then he saw one of his buddies and then he shooed me away. And I was like, yes.
Oh, I love that.
So we got lucky this year because both kids have really close friends in their class. And we have not always had that. So that feels like, I don't know the teachers yet. We'll see. Yeah. Heard good things, but it feels great that they were feeling so good with their buds.
I love that. Yeah, we have like parent night coming up. Okay. So I think I'll feel a little bit more in the know, but we got to drop them off the first day and walk in the classroom, and both were, we always joke, Lola, when she's nervous, looks like she's in a prison yard.
Just so.
It's like stoic, like eyes and no facial expression. And we're like, literally, we were just like, just smile. Because if you're nervous and you're giving that face, you might make somebody else nervous. Right. Like you smile and they'll see that you also are like feeling that inside. You just don't know how to
let me get this straight. You're telling your daughter she needs to smile more.
Yeah, you're the opposite of what people say you shouldn't. Yeah, exactly. When I tell you though, when she's nervous and she's scared,
I've seen her mug. It's not just a neutral; it's a full. I will murder you.
Prison yard mug. Yeah, it's like
I will shank you.
Anyways, so we had a little bit of that, but they seemed to all be very happy and came home with big smiles. So that's
love
good.
it. Okay, that's great. Well, I got to talk about my high, which is Grace and I's trip to New York. You probably saw this coming. Did you see all the pics that I post on the shared album?
Loved everyone. I got to hear more because we've obviously chatted since you got back, but I don't feel like we've done a super deep dive. So give me the lowdown.
I mean, I don't want to say that it was perfectly executed, but it was damn near close. I just felt like the itinerary that we put together was just right for us. So we got in kind of Wednesday evening, did sushi dinner, and then just a few little things around our hotel. We saw St. Patrick's Cathedral because we stayed right in Midtown. At Grand Central, where we like came in, we got Magnolia's Bakery. So like we just like hit some easy things on the first night to sort of like get that excitement going for the whole trip. And even though she was embarrassed at literally every restaurant, I made him like have a candle and sing to her. And she like, fake hated it, but like secretly loved it. And so she was like, God, Mom. And like literally every night we were singing and lunch and serendipity and like the whole thing.
That's amazing.
And then the next day we were going to get up and do a boat cruise. Now I will confess, I missed the boat cruise. And
what do you mean?
We didn't show up on time and the boat took off.
Nothing is more you. So wait, let me get this straight. You just didn't plan enough. There's either two options here. You didn't plan enough travel time or you tried to squeeze in one thing between and didn't have enough time.
Well, kind of both, but
perfect.
Yeah. I thought we had plenty of time.
We have plenty of time.
That was it. We stopped to get the breakfast burritos and coffee and they took forever. And then traffic, I was tracking it, I was like, we'll just Uber over there. It looks fine. We should have plenty of time. And then, traffic in New York can go from 30 minutes to 60 minutes in 2 seconds. So yikes, we missed the boat. Grace was upset. So we weren't off to a great start. But then the lady at the boat place was so nice. It was like, it's not a big deal. We're not full later. Come back at 1. It's no big deal.
Oh, great. So you got to do it.
And all we had after that was tween shopping. So in some ways, we sat there, ate our breakfast burritos that made us late, did a little shopping, came back, did a little shopping after. It kind of broke up shopping in a nice way.
Meant to be.
I said this, and to be honest, the weather cleared up a little bit and we got like kind of blue skies during ours. It wasn't blue skies the first time. Meant to be. So anyways, it was great. We did a really nice boat cruise that went right by Statue of Liberty. And like we seen a bunch of stuff without having to walk is kind of nice.
Clutch. I like sightseeing. I like seeing stuff. I just want to be like motorized around. Those like I always make fun and I'll never do those scooters.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's giving Rascal Scooter is what it's giving.
Totally. I secretly would love it, but I'll never do those.
It's like I don't not understand.
Yeah.
But it was 10 is the cutest age. And she brought her Polaroid camera and she was taking her own pictures with her Polaroid.
How cute.
It was like so stinking cute. And so we did that. The tween shopping also could not have gone better. I got some recommendations from a woman in New York with a 11-year-old. And I was like, what are the cool tween spots? And she was like, here you go. You ready? And like, I hadn't heard of this brand Addicted, spelled EDI. I'm going to start messing it up. There's a KT. I don't know.
Okay.
It hasn't reached California yet, but it is all the rage.
North Tennessee. We'll get
North
that
Tennessee.
Like 2 years from now, probably.
It was like tween mecca of shopping. Okay. You go into a heart-shaped hallway. Oh, everything is like pastel pink. There's a matcha bar in the back. There's a DJ spinning.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
All the clothes were not too expensive. Like I would say Zara pricing.
Perfect.
A little slutty. They loved it. I was a little like.
Did you?
But they had cute stuff too.
Or were you able to get the stuff that was like on both, appease both sides?
Well, because tween style is like a weird mix of like booty shorts and crop tops with oversized sweats and like somehow an army style with like just a little pink, but then just, it's like, it's a very confusing mashup, like a little bit 90s, but a little bit its own thing.
Yeah.
So she did get her first tank top that like crosses down in the front with spaghetti straps, but that's clearly like very clearly not a school shirt. We had to like go through the things.
Right.
But what she ended up getting was actually very cute.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that wasn't appropriate for her didn't fit her, thank God. We're just like that 10-year-old body that like isn't going to fill out all the shirts.
Right.
But so cute. And we also, the other highlight from the tween shopping was we went to a little charm place. I know you had kind of a mixed thing from your bead bracelet, but we went to this charm and she got a necklace.
Yours was cute.
Really cute. And we were the only people in there at the time we went.
Wonderful.
And we had like a lot of attention from the people working. And it wasn't crazy expensive.
Yeah.
And she picked out just the cutest necklace that she felt so cool in.
Yeah.
We got, so we got some like New York t-shirts, some Addicted clothes, some charm bracelets. And then we went to FAO Schwartz.
Oh, yeah.
She's a little too old for toy stores, which was kind of interesting. Like we walked through it and I thought she would like get excited about, I don't know, jelly cats. She was kind of over it, but they had a make your own purse section.
Mm-hmm.
And they had one that it was kind of funny because it looks almost like a Louis Vuitton rip, but FAO, like instead of.
That's perfect. Yeah.
But from a distance, it's just a cute little white purse. Anyways, she got to add the ribbon and the charms, and like she loved it and felt
the
so
pictures
cool.
to that were so cute.
It was really cute. So I highly recommend that. And I want to say the purse was $80, which was expensive. But by the time, I mean, it was an experience as part of it. Like I thought it might have been much more expensive than that. So I was like, okay, that's in the range of, the whole experience took like maybe half an hour.
Right. Okay.
And they're with you, like hand holding you through your picks. Yeah. It felt special.
Yeah.
Then we did Serendipity, which you've been to and you recommended. The crazy ice cream again. I made them all sing to her.
I love that place just because it's like insane shakes and like sundaes. It's just they feel special.
Yeah. And then we did like Aladdin, Broadway. We did Tony's. It was funny. I forgot Tony's was all family style. So like one spaghetti and meatballs was for like 4 people. But the whole place, it was just great. So we, this is kind of old school Italian. They sang an opera, Happy Birthday to her.
Amazing.
And like best cheesecake ever. We went to Aladdin was cute. I'm just not, I mentioned not a Broadway enthusiast, but it was cute. And then Times Square at night. Anyways, crush New York.
Well, you'll have to share your agenda because that sounds like perfection with a tween.
Yeah. I'll put together a little like, this is, if you're going to New York with your tween, hit these spots. It was golden. And then we were living that good life, but we had some friends out in the Hamptons who picked us up and we had like some time on the beach, which was also just nice. So it wasn't like 5 full days in the city being tourists, which would have been too much for me.
Yeah, it was like a peaceful ending. I love that. And I saw her eating a lobster roll. Yum.
Totally. So it was just a great weekend. I just feel like 10 is the cutest stinking age ever too. Like she was just so grateful, so sweet. Like it was just the best.
10's a great age. It's like they're past the like pushing boundaries all the time. I'm sure there's still a little boundary pushing, but it's like they're just getting to the more mature, you want to hang out with them stage without it being like a fight over something silly.
What did she say that was so funny? Oh, I was trying to push for the Natural History Museum, where they have the huge dinosaur and the whale. And we were in Central Park. I was like, we could just pop in the museum for just a little bit. And she looked at me and she goes, what if we just got dessert and went back to the hotel? I was like,
you're like, that's actually what I want to do. I just thought I should bring it up.
Yeah. I was like, that's correct. So anyways, 10 out of 10 trip to New York.
I love that.
The best. What's your low?
Well, I have 2 lows. One is like I'm having mixed feelings about the kids being back at school. It's kind of blanketed, but like it's like, I am so glad that I have a little bit of a schedule back for work purposes.
Yeah.
Especially the last week got just a little bit like I'm ready. But it's just also like, I've got a 4th grader, a 2nd grader. They're seeming old. Time is passing quickly. It's like all those feelings coming in. So that's a little bit of my bittersweet.
Isn't that just motherhood in a nutshell? It's like, you're ready for them to go back. And then the second they go back, you're a little sad.
It's 100%. That's how I feel about it for sure. And then another thing happened in my garden. And by garden, I mean small planter with a couple things that aren't really thriving.
Oh no, it's not working.
We moved locations. It's just because it didn't get enough sun. But as we were moving, the planter, if you will. It's like a raised
bed.
A raised bed. Thank you. Spiders.
Ew.
Lots of them. And baby spiders. So a spider had baby spiders.
Out on nature.
I try so hard to be nature. And I just hate, I mean, I was just like freaking out. And I was like, Phil, can you get rid of those spiders? Because I really want to tend to our garden, but I can't handle that right there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I don't like it. And I know that like some spiders aren't bad. I just don't want that, you know?
No.
And I mentioned this, maybe, I can't remember if I brought this up to just you or on the pod, but like my mother-in-law was in town and she had an app for like plants. And, you know, I was like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? You know, I'm trying to be a plant lady. And all of them were like, too much love. You're watering them too much. You're doing this too much.
You're smother mother.
I'm smother mother with my plants as well. So it's unfortunate.
Sometimes that's what my kids name me when I'm like all up in their business and trying to like eat their ears. They're like, you're kind of being smother mother. I'm like, okay, I'll back off. Or will I? We did turn it into a fun pool game where I get to be smother mother and like creepily like hunt him down.
Sounds I hate that. I hate
funny.
that.
You'll have to
it's funny.
You'll have to take my word for it that it's got some funny undertones.
Mm-hmm. Sounds funny. Not creepy. But I will say, giving you a little cred, this is a high. But you have changed our life with Lamp O'Clock.
See, I knew you would get on board. It's so Ann-coded.
Love Lamp O'Clock.
Yeah,
we turn down the lights. We turn all our lamps on around dinner time or a little thereafter. Everyone settles down. It's been helping us get back to the school routine, to be honest with you.
Yep.
Phil looked at me the other day and was like, I love Lamp O'Clock. I was like, me too. That's fully Kate. It's fully Kate. I give you full credit.
Also, everyone's more pretty at Lamp O'Clock. You know,
yeah.
Overhead light.
Yeah.
Lamp O'Clock. Is my husband hotter? Are my kids beautiful? It's like, what's happening here?
It's working.
It's all the lighting. It's working.
All right. What's your low?
Okay. I have a real low, not to bring us into Debbie Downer territory, but you know that breast MRI that I got a couple weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just to set the stage. We're high risk, but this was just a routine screening. And honestly, I was supposed to start doing these at 40. You probably did them because you're anxious enough to actually do it. But I kind of got bogged down by the logistics of the planning and the scheduling. And like, I did the mammograms because those were kind of easy.
Yeah.
But the MRI was a total pain in my ass to schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And I had just kind of been punting it. And I had one scheduled and I had to go out of town. I punted it. Anyways, that's my excuse. All my excuses. But I just got my first MRI ever, breast MRI. They found a little spot on my right boob. Now, they did say this is 98% benign. It's like the contrast picked it up. It's not 100% normal. It could just be how your tissue is. We don't have a baseline for you. They recommended wait 6 months and do another one and see if it changes.
Mm-mm.
And at first I tried to be chill about that. I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like, that's 98% fine. Like, I like those odds. And then I was like, I just don't love just sit here. That's not my style. I'm not a type B kind of person.
Well, and everything that you hear or personal stories that we know is advocate for yourself because the system is a little bit broken at times. And like, this is 98% probably fine. And that's what they would do on like textbook paper. They tell you, oh, it's probably fine. Check it in 6 months. But as the person dealing with it, it's like advocate for yourself. Try to get back in there quicker to figure that out.
Well, I have a doctor friend that I talked to yesterday and I showed her the report and said, what do you think? Like, what would you do? And she said, I would try to get this cleared so you're not just sitting there or God forbid you're high risk and it gets worse in 6 months. Like that's
6 months feels like a long time. Like if they had said 2 or 3 months, maybe, but I still think you should advocate for quicker. Like I think.
Well, we'll see. So I felt empowered. So finally yesterday I messaged my doctor. We'll see what she says. But hopefully I can get this cleared because any like medical thing like looming, even the uncertainty of it is like kind of, I tried not to think about it and I find myself thinking about it more than I would like. So I'm sitting with some medical anxiety over here, to be honest with you. And I'm
sorry. I hate that. I want you to get it cleared just for your own sake. And it's just, we're midlife. It's really scary because these types of things are coming up a lot with friends or family. And it's like, it just really does kind of set this, not to go down the timing standpoint, but it's like, it is this pivot of live a healthier life, like in your 20s, 30s, you kind of feel invincible, especially early 30s. And then you start to change to be like, oh, I want to be healthy so I can live a long life instead of just look good. It's kind of the same thing with, you want to eat healthy and work out and do all these things to do everything you can to try to stop anything you have control of as far as health.
Well, I debated, should I bring it up? But, I'm sort of we need to be talking about this more. This is something I honestly probably should have prioritized at 40. I'm almost 44. PSA, do that thing you've been putting off if you're like me. So
I think it's great. Thank you for sharing. And if for all the listeners out there who haven't checked in this age range, go check.
Well, and hopefully my doctor gets back to me today and says, no problem, let's biopsy. Even if I have to pay out of pocket, that would be totally worth it for my mental health.
Yeah, agreed.
So anyways, that's an update. All right, let's move into later territory with everything's not awful. I admittedly asked you to help me out because I was running behind this morning, but
yeah, I found a really cute story that made me smile. So there is a 13-year-old boy named, a lot of these are these teen tweens, which I find these stories are hitting for us because we have kids that are tweens and they're like, I don't know. When you see a kid do something special for another person, it just is really heartwarming. So anyways, 13-year-old boy named Zac Waters out of Utah had a summer project he just wanted to do on his own. Nobody gave him this task, but he spent over 300 hours doing 3D printing of a wheelchair for a 21-month-old girl that he didn't know. He just knew about in the community that needed a wheelchair. Gosh. And this thing, I will post the story, but the chair is bright colored and so sweet and it looks amazing. And it's just an amazing thing for some kid to do for a person that he doesn't even know. And then it'd be so impactful for that little baby and that family of the baby. It just really was so sweet.
I'm not trying to laugh. That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard. But my kids just got a 3D pen. And the only thing I've seen is a fake turd so far. So
different.
Listen, a little bit different.
We had a 3D pen. We have a 3D pen. And I think my son was he was coating pencils with the 3D pen and selling them to his classmates. So
it's neither of those is giving
Zac Waters. Thank you, Zac Waters, for your
Waters. You're better. Thank you for being better than our kids.
And we are going to share your story not only with our own kids, but everyone out there because it's so cool.
Very inspiring.
Yes, it is.
Okay, now let's get into all the food. Where do you want to start? Because I think there's a bunch of ways we could attack.
Sorry to cut you off. I didn't. I just was thinking that as I was trying to title the topic, what kept coming to me was what's going on with our food? Is
now, are you thinking of that from a recall perspective? Because there's been a summer of recalls here.
Yes. So we talk a lot about trying to eat healthier for our family and things like that. But the reality of the situation is this summer, multiple times, especially with the Taylor Farms lettuce recall, which we didn't know was lettuce at the beginning. And it was just could be berries, could be lettuce. It really kind of was hard to shop for our family. I was going out to the stores thinking, even if you get organic, so it doesn't matter. All of these can be infected. And then they were able to kind of target it to lettuce. But the problem is Taylor Farms is such a large food source that it was affecting multiple products on the store across multiple stores. So it was 20 different products were affected by the jalapeno recall that happened.
Which was their second one. They've had a bad summer. If you think you've had a bad summer, think of Taylor Farms. Well, really, let's not feel sorry for them. Let's feel sorry for all the people that have eaten their shitty food. But
exactly. And overall, as I was doing a lot of research on this, what's come out is that Summer is the time that a lot of these things come out because it's hotter. These parasites exist. It's just, what happened with Taylor Farms is most likely some kind of parasite got into irrigated water and they need more water during the summertime. So it just affects more things. It's just like, but they said the US is still one of the safest places to get like food, but it did make me reset and go back to farmers markets. So I found a bunch of different local farmers markets that I wasn't going to before.
Now, why do you feel more confident at a farmers market? It's not clear to me.
Local produce. And so it's anything that was affected by the recalls is not happening at local farms here. Now, you can have amazing local farms in almost any place in this country. So it was much safer.
But the local farms, they're not inherently safer, are they? Or you just, these specific ones were all linked to Mexico. Perhaps there's something that's happening also in Mexico,
if they're selling
or perhaps
locally,
they're just unlucky.
If they're selling locally, they're not mass producing, and it's a lot easier to make sure things are safer. It's not like 100% nothing could ever go wrong, but it's way safer to buy from local farms here who aren't using, you can make sure they're certified organic. A lot of the labels are lying to you. So even if you have organic on the labels of these mass produced companies, they're not organic. So like it's actually just they're like, it came out that organic blueberries coming from a couple local stores, and I'll find the brand, they're actually like not organic. They're like, a lot of these things are coming out. Did you see the latest thing with avocado oil?
Mm-mm.
All of these brands that are like well-known brands, Siete chips, Primal Kitchen dressings, like all these things that I love. I'm obsessed with. I liked those brands. Now, Siete did sell off to Pepsi a few years ago. So like now the quality of food has gone down.
They still have the best taco seasoning. Can we agree?
Agreed. And I was buying everything Siete, to be honest with you still.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that they did a study at UC Davis and found out that 13 of the top brands saying avocado oil, which is a big deal for people because there's seed oils and they don't want to eat any seed oils. Mm-hmm. It was false. They were actually using and supplementing seed oils, and it was not just avocado oil, or not 100% avocado oil. So like they do have a list, and I will list them in the show notes.
They got busted basically for false marketing.
Exactly. So there's this whole thing of false marketing, reading the labels to really see, because companies that used to be good can change their ingredients without having to change anything on the labels to let you know.
I'm just picturing you at a farmer's market, like looking in the farmer's eyes, being like, is it organic? Is it?
Listen, I do trust local farmers, especially around here. And when you go to the farmers markets around here, they're the same consistent farms that are right around here. Now, some you can ask, some will get, like, oh, the apples came from, South Carolina or whatever, but almost all of them are like right here in our backyard. Mm-hmm. And so it's just a much safer way to do it. And do I still wash everything and do all the things? Yes.
Are you bleaching your fruit again, or no?
Not bleaching, but I do baking soda, vinegar wash.
You guys should have seen Ann at the beginning of COVID. I mean, this chick had bloody knuckles. She was cleaning so aggressively.
It was aggressive, but I'm just saying. So like, does this affect you as much as it affects me? Because I know it's like my algorithm now, but like I really pivoted 100% in the last month on how I'm buying produce and what I'm giving my kids.
Okay. Mine is a little bit probably not even on the same scale as your anxiety about this, but here's how I think about it. I do buy organic for everything we eat direct that doesn't have a cover. Mm-hmm. I think you said this at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So like I am buying organic lettuce, mm-hmm. and even cucumbers, I'll buy the organic version of, but then I don't buy an organic lemon. I don't buy an organic, orange.
Right.
So that's how, and again, that's just, I don't know, it kind of makes sense in my brain. And I've noticed too, at least around here, the price difference between organic and not organic is not that big. Like I remember before it used to be twice the price. It's not. It's like a smidge more. I'm like, for a smidge more. And this is, I know I'm feeding my kids. There is something too about like I'm feeding this to my kids. Like if it was for myself, I might be cheaper. But I'm like, I'm going to get you the good raspberries because you're literally going to eat that whole bin in one sitting, Grace. And cost me
raspberry. What is it about raspberries? We can't keep them in. The second I buy them, they're gone.
They're gone. Well, that's good because they don't last. But they love them. So But like a banana, no, I'm not buying organic banana.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, that's how I think about that split.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to farmers markets, to be honest with you.
Do you have, I know you have to in your area, have good farmers markets, guaranteed.
I feel like they're just always at times like Saturday and Sunday morning. It's like, we got sports, we got stuff, or I'm lazy.
Well, I've started to find different ones that I didn't know existed before
because of the time.
Exactly. Because we used to go on, like the big one around here is on Saturday. So it's like you would go on Saturday.
Well, when the kids were little, we went every week. Like, and partially because it was like, I want that food truck down there and it's delicious.
Yeah. Right.
That was my real motivation.
The big farmers markets have gotten out of control. And some of the stuff is too expensive, I will say. You can still get great produce, but like some of the meat, they were selling like a pound of bison for $70. It's like, get out of town. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I also like, it does feel very community. Like if you can support a local farmer,
right?
And it feels great. And I remember there was a food truck down in Oakland, and they had a really great farmers market. And these were the best dang fish tacos I had ever had. And I met the woman. She said, it's been my dream. This is my food truck. It was called Cholita Linda. Now, flash forward, they have 3 stores out here. They are crushing it. And they have a line every time I'm in Walnut Creek. They have a line. I'm like, I'm so stinking proud. I feel like it's like, again, I'm like, feel like I know
Linda.
her.
You know Linda.
Yeah. Exactly. And it is just.
Don't sell out, like Linda. That. Keep going.
Keep going, girl. You're crushing. But it's like that kind of thing. It's just like the feel good story. But, this stage of life is tricky. It's like we got soccer games. I can't get to the farmer's market. So then I end up. Now, I will say, I don't like Trader Joe's produce.
No.
So I either go to Costco, and I feel like Costco supposedly has good organic stuff that we're buying there. I will do, we have a Smart and Final. I find their produce to be pretty good. And then Safeway, if I want to just spend every penny I've ever made, I'll go buy their stuff.
I know. It's gotten expensive everywhere. Well, I will say I found a farmer's market at different times on Wednesday. So now I feel like we can go to the Wednesday one much easier than the Saturday one because Saturday's full of activities. So you just kind of got to see if there's one around. And I do Whole Foods and, even Publix. But like it's shifted my brain to be a little bit more on it because I did get a little lax where it's like, oh, does this need, like organic or not, like whatever. But all of a sudden, I feel like all the recalls made me go, no, let's tighten up. And it goes back to, all the things, not just produce, but all of the food, the artificial ingredients that are in our food. And if you see, this is pivoting slightly, but everyone used to say like, oh, we're just crazy now. Like we used to eat cereal and like the same cereal, like we were fine. But if you look at the ingredients from the same box of cereal in the 80s versus now, it's completely different ingredients, like, and that goes across all products. It's like our food is changed. And we have access to a lot of garbage food. And so if I can make slight pivots for my family to try to be healthier, I'm going to try.
And your kids, like I will say, I tried to get Calvin because he's my picky one. Grace pretty much eats anything we eat. And so I feel like her diet's good because we're cooking good, healthy meals and we like leftovers. So like she's fine, I feel like. But Calvin is so picky.
Yeah.
And I had even tried to he likes strawberry yogurt. So then I was getting the like high protein Oikos one.
Yeah.
And he came to me with his cute little face and his long shaggy hair. And he goes, can I just have the good yogurt again? I want the sugary yogurt. Can I have the, and he wants a Yoplait. Now I know the Yuka score on these are really different, but you would not be able to turn Sweet Callaway when he looks at you with those eyes and says, can I have the good yogurt?
Now I know you're going to like smack me in the face for this. But like, have you ever made like your own, like, does he like strawberries, for instance?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever made your own strawberry puree? And you can add like different sugars to make it sweet for him. You can use monk fruit or a regular sugar. It doesn't matter. But like make it yourself and pour it into the Greek yogurt that you mix. It tastes so good. My kids are obsessed when I do that. Now, I don't do that all the time, but it tastes really good. Better than like,
I'm happy for you. And that's just a step too far for me. I'm like, I know my limits, And here's my thought. Calvin is growing like a weed. He's like shot up again. He's going to be enormous. Like my husband's 6'8" and I'm 6 foot. This kid just needs to eat a lot. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Is it the highest protein yogurt? No, but he also ate a stack of salami that was this big. He's fine on protein. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have the issue of the kids not eating.
I also, I agree.
It's like, whatever.
I'm not trying to guilt you. I hate that. And look, there are some weeks that I don't have the energy to do as much cooking as I do most times. And it's like, they're going to be fine. As long as like we can get them active, you know, it's like, I care less about the amount they're eating and the things if they're active.
Yeah.
But I do really hate, like when I see really unhealthy, like artificial flavoring snacks, those really bother me. So as long as it's not some of those major brands, like, I don't know, listen, I can eat a Dorito an entire bag. And so I love Doritos.
I literally was just, as you were thinking, I was thinking of like Takis and Doritos.
And it's so like, I love a Dorito. And will I like not let my kids have Doritos ever? No, of course they can have Doritos. But am I going to buy that and have that in our pantry all the time? No, they're disgusting. And they leave marks on my white couch. But I don't know. There is something to it.
I generally stock healthy-ish snacks. I've started doing, you have to eat a fridge snack before a pantry snack. I like that one. That one's kind of easy to execute. And then they will grab a yogurt first. They will grab a cheese stick first. They will grab some fruit first.
Yeah.
I'm liking that. So that I really still have committed. And even last night, I got our veggie tray together.
Yeah.
It's like I've started doing just one. 2 was a little bit aggressive for us.
Yeah.
And then the fruit was like going bad before we could eat it all. So I pared back to 1, half fruit, half veggie. And like after school today, I'm just literally going to get that out. And that's what they're going to eat first.
Perfect.
Great. So it's like, I feel like those hacks are sort of working for us.
Totally. Yeah.
And that's good enough. I mean, we are eating though, like truly Yuka scores 0 dessert sometimes. Like, and by sometimes I mean like after dinner every night.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we eat real, whatever those ice cream cones are, like ice cream sandwiches or like, you know.
Listen, of course. And like, do we go to Dairy Queen for our kids on occasion? Of course. Like, we're not like, we're not so crazy. But I have recommitted. I think especially with this pivot of back to school, it's like kind of gotten my energy back to have healthier snacks and be more aware because I'm doing all the lunches again. So it's like I have done a couple things like way more fruit and a couple high protein, like I'll make an energy ball or a granola bar that's high energy or high protein, I mean, and have one of those available. This week
you know what? Actually, I want to do mine really liked your granola balls that you did that one time.
They're so easy too. And if I just take like 20 minutes, I have those ready to go for the week.
Those actually like hold for a while, which I appreciate. It's like I can make a batch and that's actually like 2 weeks later, they're still fine.
Yeah, agreed. And you can throw them in if you need a snack at school or even just after school stuff, if they're eating school lunches or whatever. It's like they're just so good to have on hand. So it's like having something like that on hand.
Repost that recipe, actually. Put that on the Sage Sisters pod because that one I'm not a good chef. I know some of you guys are like really skilled and enjoy it, but like even I can do these granola balls.
Yeah. They're so easy. And look, I just did another granola bar that I'll have on What We're Making coming up because I'm trying to do a whole like healthy snack series for back to school.
Well, I'll try that one if you want.
But like, so I'll put a bunch of those out. But I just like, if I take a little bit more time. Now, I did outdo myself and do a sourdough pretzel bite this week that my kids crushed. And I put them in their lunches and they loved them.
I don't even
But
understand.
It was a little bit more
You made your own pretzels?
Sourdough pretzel bites, yeah. I made they were dynamite. And, you know, because I'm into sourdough, they weren't that aggressive. But if you're not doing sourdough, the energy balls are just fine.
Yeah.
Listen, I just like, I love this topic. And I want to pivot to one other thing that's about food, but slightly different view of it. Did you see the clip this week that went viral of Kristen Cavallari's Let's Be Honest podcast with Miranda Kerr?
You tagged me, or you sent it to me. I wouldn't have probably found it, but I watched it since you sent it to me. What was your reaction to it? Because like I watched it. Well, give him the overview first.
Well, so what went viral is Miranda Kerr, supermodel, Victoria's Secret model, if you don't know, was on Kristen's podcast, and they were talking.
How old is she now? Do you know?
I mean, she's got to be older. She's got to be around our age, probably between 40 and 45, I would say. Look it up as I talk.
Okay.
But she was on the podcast, and one of the clips that went crazy viral was her talking about her diet or regimen. And like, it's so strict. It's so restrictive. She eats like obviously no carbs, which is not a huge surprise, but she
43.
also like 43. She looks great. I mean, this is why.
Yeah.
But she does a lot with like, I don't eat eggs because of parasites. I don't eat kale. She was naming things that are like, wait, what? Why not kale? You know, like, why not this? And like inflammation issues, you know, like she was naming everything, but like her she
do
eats
not
a lot
eat
of
list
meat.
Was my healthy food list.
100%. It was like beyond healthy. And it's like, okay, yes, she does eat meat. She eats bison. She says she eats a ton of protein, but like the only thing she referenced was like squash, parsnips, like those types of things as anything else that she was eating. And there was a whole list of things that she won't even touch that like are high protein good foods for us. Like we eat a lot of eggs.
Do you remember when we lived together in Chicago and we'd see like a really beautiful person and we would always be like, gosh, they don't look like they're having any fun. They're just,
she's not
that's
happy.
what she was giving. She didn't, I don't know.
It was too restrictive. And the comment section I did appreciate a little bit because they weren't roasting her, but they were just like, this doesn't seem healthy. Like it's almost too restrictive, which I appreciated. There were some people like, you know, oh, goals or whatever. But it's like, at some point, just live a little, right? Like, it's like Tom Brady.
Clip?
Remember Tom Brady?
Yes, I was just about to bring that up. The chef of Tom Brady and Giselle was like, when they go crazy and they want to splurge, they eat quinoa. And I was like, what? Like,
yeah.
All right, you deserve to look like that. Carry on. But
so like in all this craziness of talking about, I just want to be able to provide healthy-ish food to my kids that like isn't too bad and has no artificial like all of that crap. But like on the other flip side, I also want to live a little and not be so crazy and restrictive like Miranda Kerr. I mean, that's nuts. I mean, she's a supermodel. She still looks like one at 43, but still
not having any fun. I can tell you that. Chewing that dry venison, just not having any fun.
No. I also didn't love it though I have 2 daughters. You have a daughter. What do you think about that from like all of this, from the angle of how you're raising Grace?
So Grace asks me all the time, is this healthy? She's learning and she's curious and she bakes and cooks. So I think for her, it's like a little bit more of like a craft that she's developing. But she'll say, Mom, I like what you don't really eat bread. Like, why don't you eat bread? You know? And I've thought about this. So my answer almost all the time is, well, we just need to eat a bunch of different types of food. And as you get older, the amount of carbs that you need is less. Like you actually need a lot of carbs for energy, but my body doesn't need as much as yours. But it's basically like an everything in moderation kind of almost all the time when she comes to me. And like some people will say, you know, no sugar. And I'm like, some sugar is fine. Like some sugar's in fruit. Like some sugar is fine. But not too much sugar. Like not too much candy. It'll make you feel bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I just always take it back to a place of like balance and moderation.
Well, and I struggle with my weight. It's not like all this healthy talk and all these things has like made me super tiny, you know, like I struggle a little bit with that too. And I don't want them to see me that side of me struggling with weight ever. Like I feel like I hit 39, 40 and it's like, boom, you can't get it off. But like, I like that real foods. That's how I talk about it too. Is like, as
not
long as
processed.
It's just real foods. Eat what you want, you know, but just don't eat the stuff that's really bad for us unless it's like on a special occasion. Or like, I know the special occasion things, like you're not supposed to say that either, but it's like,
why not?
If you're given something at a party, well, you know, all the parenting blogs, they're like, if you say special occasion, then it makes it feel like a forbidden fruit. You know, it's like, okay. But like, if you're given something at a birthday party or after a soccer game or whatever, it's like, it's not like I'm going to smack it out of your hands. I'm going to let you eat it. But like, generally speaking, for us packing lunches and all the things, I'm going to try to give you real food most of the time. as often as I can.
Yeah. Or I'm going to try to choose the least bad processed food with help from our trusty Yuka app. Like I'll try to choose the best beef jerky. I'll try to choose the best granola bar. I'll try to choose the best fig bar to the best of, within reason, until you look at me with your cute face and say, but can I have the good one? And then I'll just completely crumble and give you the sugary yogurt.
Exactly. Well, and I always say, I'm trying to find an alternative. And this week I'm actually going to try to make my own vanilla syrup, but I love my almond creamer with vanilla. I just love it. And it's like supposedly the best one on the shelf, but like,
well, I've disclosed that I went on.
I love. Yeah.
I've disclosed I went on GLP-1s.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that, like being on what I call the stabbies, which is probably offensive, but totally makes me laugh. One thing about being on the stabbies is I eat less. I think what it's made me realize, I always ate healthy. Mm-hmm. I think we grew up in a home that valued healthy food, and like I just ate too much food.
Yeah.
And I really believe my body was giving me hunger signals. So I'm not even being like mad at myself. But now that I'm on the stabbies and the noise around food is much lower.
Yeah.
I still think food tastes great. I mean, I'm on like a microdose. I think if you're on it heavy, sometimes you don't even want to eat. I'm not. I still think food looks great. I would get hungry. But it's like I fill up faster and then I'm done. It's like, and it's hard to replicate that portion control when you're not on the stabbies.
It's like retraining your brain for how much food is appropriate for your body. It really is true.
Right. So, I mean, if I could guess, it's like you're eating, even with like your creamer's not your problem. Like you could optimize the heck out of every which way. But the thing that it really is just like, how much are you eating? Like that's why GLP-1s are working for so many people. It's like people are just eating less.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying like you're eating. I don't think it's the creamer is, I guess, my point.
No,
it's
I just mean
quantity.
What I was referring to with the creamer is just like processed. It's like not. It's a creamer over the counter that like isn't whole. Like I'm not making. I can make my whole cream and like creamer myself if I wanted to.
What do you mean? You're gonna go milk a cow and like churn this thing? What do you mean?
You can buy heavy cream or whipping cream and like whip different things and make your own creams. You could use like your own vanilla syrup. Yeah, and exactly. Self flavor it.
You're one bonnet away from making your own butter. I feel like
I have made my own butter and I love it. It's an easy recipe.
Sick. And I don't know. Okay. I'm happy for you, but there might be an intervention. You're teetering on that brink.
I love it. It brings me joy. I like cooking. So you can't yuck my yum. I like cooking.
I'm not yucking your yum, but don't be making your own cream to me. Just enjoy
making my own coffee creamer. That's different. Making my own syrups. That's different.
Syrups? How do you even do that? It's just sugar?
Yeah. I mean, you can do different recipes and stuff, but you can use like real vanilla and like make a vanilla syrup.
Okay. I tried that monk fruit sugar.
It is good in recipes.
Nasty. No, it's
well, how did you use it? You didn't use it in a recipe, I'm sure of it. And if you did use it in a recipe, you botched it.
Okay. We tried to bake with it. The cookies tasted like crap. I put it in my coffee. The coffee tasted like crap. I don't know.
Coffee,
2 for 2 and I'm out.
I like it. I really like it.
I know.
And I bake with it all the time.
I feel like you're starting to get so delulu over there that you're like, spaghetti squash is just like spaghetti, And like, I'm sorry, but we tried your cookie dough recipe.
Spaghetti squash here and it was delicious. The cookie dough recipe was delicious.
My kids didn't like it.
Okay, well, that's them problem because my kids loved it.
But there is something to that. If you never give your kids things that taste good, they do lose track of what real things taste good. That is
not what I said. I give my kids stuff all the time. I try to be like as like on it as I can, but they are getting stuff left and right from people all the time. It drives me nuts.
But if you go to the yogurt shack and they get real cookie dough enough, then they taste that cookie dough and they go, something's not right.
Yeah,
this smells like it's got Greek yogurt in it.
Cookie dough's terrible for you. Why would you have that in your fridge when you can have the healthy cookie dough edible that I made with cottage cheese? That's bomb.
Because going to Yogurt Shack is awesome.
Yeah, we go to Dairy Queen. I just said that. It's not like totally restrictive. I'm not Miranda Kerr over here, okay?
Do you let them get anything they want at Dairy Queen?
Yeah. I mean, we don't let them get the large sizes. We let them get a mini, but like, yes.
A mini. They probably are coming out with a Dixie cup of Blizzard, just like crying into their Dixie cup.
Sometimes they've gone to a small.
All right. No, I mean, again, I feel like our category of like moderate millennial mom is like, you got to find that sweet spot for you. And I always say it's a dial, not a switch. There's not a right answer here. It's just where on the dial are like feels right for your family. And kids have different dietary needs
100%.
Based on their body, based on their activity level. Like,
yes,
parents have different dietary needs based on how much time they have and how much they enjoy churning their own butter. Like, it's like, just find your spot. Like, I'm not trying to say my way is the way, but I just, sometimes you talk and I'm like, I can see the distance on our clicks. You know what I mean? On that dial.
You and I are, this is what makes us so interesting. We're completely different people.
And humble. Yeah.
I meant our relationship. We're completely different people.
Yeah.
We're not the same with a lot of things. It's like cleanliness, how we parent. Like
but don't be taking swipes over here at cleanliness.
You just told a story about how you were horrified letting your two friends come into your house because of how dirty it was.
I know, but I'll tell that.
I'm just saying we are completely different views, but that is why I love it though, because I love your view, even if I still will do my way. Like I appreciate, but like maybe you do a couple recipes that I like and you fall in love with cooking a little bit more than you had in the past, right?
Yeah.
Like, are you making your own bread? No. Do you have to? No. But also then there's days that I'm like, oh, just,
But I do have the lazy Susan of veggies and fruits now.
Yes, exactly.
I can make a granola bar without fear.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm clicking here. And maybe you need to just give your kids some real cookie dough every once in a while.
Well, and I've eased up a lot. I let them do an adventure tower with no anxiety. I'm a relaxed mom.
I'm so relaxed. Okay. Should we move on to the tech tip?
Yes.
Okay. This is the first year that my daughter gets to bring home her Chromebook from school, I believe. I think historically that's been like 4th and 5th grade can bring it home. And then, K through 3, they keep it at school.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's you and you got a kid bringing home new tech, I think it's like really important, like right when that first device comes home, like kind of talk about it and like align on some boundaries for how it's used at home. And one thing that just like works super well for us is just like it can be in this station of the home, but it can never be in your room. Like for us, like all the bedrooms are upstairs. So we have like a downstairs rule for all tech that works really well. And like I want it being charged downstairs. So just like charging stations, areas where they use it, like that stuff can make a big difference. And then it's so much easier when they're in line of sight to be like, are you almost finished with that game? Okay, cool. Let's do something else. Like it's just like less friction on the time boundary of it all too, I think.
I think it's a great one. We were able to take our laptops home 2 years ago, and it did already become an issue with they have games. So it was an addictive thing where I'm going to play the game on the school laptop. And at first it was like, sure, why not? And then it was like, wait a minute, this is now becoming like a second iPad where now I have to fight you for like, no, you can't be on it. Like it was almost like a frustration as a parent. And we had a couple parents complain, not me, but a couple parents complained to the school, and I don't know who they are, that it was like YouTube access was allowed and they were having a hard time like trying to like fight with their kids when they don't allow devices in their house or whatever. And so we don't bring them home anymore. The school's changed the policy.
I'm glad you said YouTube. I'll have to check and see if her laptop has YouTube access, which I don't allow here.
Yeah, because they had some educational YouTube stuff, but obviously you know where that leads. So it was a discussion. Now we're not allowed to bring our laptops home, which I find refreshing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's been a big trend of like less tech in schools even. I think we went real hard in the paint post-COVID and Google was handing out Google Chromebooks to school students like it was candy from a windowless van. And I think it was like, now it's time to take a beat. What makes sense? Where does it make sense in the classroom? I think it can be awesome.
Yeah.
And it, moderate millennial mom. Find the middle. Okay.
Find the middle.
All right, cool. What's your obsession?
All right. My obsession is Jesse James Decker is an influencer that I talk about often, I guess, as she hits my algorithm. But
doesn't she live in Tennessee?
She does. She lives somewhere not far, I think.
I feel like you need a plan to like run into her sometime. And like, what are you going to say? You're her biggest fan. Her or Kristen Cavallari? Which one would you drool over more?
I have seen Kristen Cavallari, and she was shopping at Whole Foods next to me, and I acted real cool like I didn't know who she was.
Oh, okay. You've seen a celebrity before. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. I lived in LA. It was like no big deal.
Not a big deal.
And then I went to my car immediately and was like, called Phil, and I was like, ah!
Okay, sorry. Go back to Jesse James Decker.
She has started this Fit Club. And it is an app. Well, she uses Playbook app, but it's her app on Playbook. So you download her app, and it is a fitness app. And it's basically has recipes. It has a fitness routine. There's like 21-day programs, which I'm currently in. And then after that, they have like additional like 20-day programs. And I find it to be really fun and easy. And right now I'm doing a monthly subscription. So it's like $9.99 a month. You can do an annual for less. I just wasn't sure if I would like it or not.
Yeah.
But it has been so good for at-home workouts, or even when you go to the gym, to just be programmed with stuff. And I'm liking the programming. Some of it's on repeat a little bit, but again, it just like keeps me going with like, oh, I know today's arms and legs, or today's bicep and core.
Takes a little friction out of it. Yeah.
And I'm liking the workouts. And she is like a real testament. Now, I don't know if she has, she's loaded. I'm sure she has a private, chef. She does a lot of cookbooks, so maybe not. She might have a trainer, but she looks legit. And she has struggled with her weight after babies and has had recent kids. And so I love her story arc of like, this is what I do, and this is my program. And she seems very honest with everything that she's doing. So I'm loving the programming. So I would check it out. It's like JJ Fit Club or JJD Fit Club. You can get it on her Instagram link, but it's just really fun, and I really like it. And I'm already down a couple pounds.
She's 38. I like an influencer that's around my age.
Yeah. She's a little younger, but close enough.
I round down. I don't round up, but it's like, I don't want a fitness model who's 24, because then I'm looking at that body going like,
well, and she has, I think, 4 kids now.
Yeah.
One is like a year and a half old. She has all of these clips of like her body in between. So she was not always super fit, and she had to drop the weight after all of these kids and all the things. And it just was a very realistic, I don't know. It's like, I just appreciate like what she's doing. And now she looks like crazy. She looks the best she ever has. And it's just motivating. So I'm finding it really good to just get up and have a program. And I do kind of do some things with it. Like I'll still do some running or different things with it, but it's like really good, easy at home workout programming.
Great. I love that for you.
Yeah. So I highly recommend. What's your obsession?
Well, I traveled with a hat, never to be done before by me.
Is this the hat that you got at the concert?
No.
Okay.
I didn't feel like that's more of a wintry hat. That's like, next time I go to the mountains.
Yeah.
It's not New York.
Okay.
But because I was going to the Hamptons, I felt like I needed a cool sun hat. That felt critical. So I wore my Sunshine Tienda hat, which was very cute. And also just when you're walking around New York and it was hot, it was great to just even have the sun off my shoulders a little bit. So I felt like, how did I bring the hat, you ask? In the Hat Attack bag that has hat storage on the side. So I brought it as my carry-on bag. Well, carry on and then your purse or whatever.
Right.
I brought this bag as my purse bag that I put under the seat.
Yeah.
But the hat slides in the side and it sort of like keeps it flat.
So it's like a bag or a purse, a bag.
It's a tote bag that stores your hat on the side.
Great. Can you put anything else in this tote bag?
What can't you put in it? It's massive. And it was great for bringing a backup pair of flip-flops and a couple Band-Aids, and Grace bought something at Aritzia. Let's throw that in there. You know what I mean? It was like, just as we went around the day. Oh, and we brought umbrellas because it was like maybe or maybe not going to rain one day. So like this bag was perfect, and it stored my hat. Yes, please.
Love it. Let's link it.
Okay. Hat attack. Thank you for your service. All right. I think that's a wrap. We talked just enough about food that all I want to do is go eat a really healthy lunch now. What are you having for lunch?
Well, I just made myself right before the podcast. I had made my sourdough toast. So I sliced a little sourdough toast with a little bit of ricotta, fresh tomato, cherries from my neighbor's garden, and basil.
I'm going to do a caprese salad. You've just inspired me.
It was really good.
Why do I want like a little tuna salad on the side? I feel like, do those go together? I think so.
Yeah. And I actually am going to have to share this recipe that I'm making tonight. But I'm making a lettuce-free salad tonight with chicken, cherry tomatoes, peaches, like all the things.
Peaches.
Yeah, peaches.
Okay, I haven't really been buying peaches yet. Okay.
Well, you better get on it because peach season's out. The peach truck just told me they're not coming back next week because peaches are on the way out. So you're done.
I missed it. I feel like in California it's peach season year round.
True.
I don't know.
It's
I
true.
do what I want.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was fun. That's a wrap. Thanks everyone for listening. Share it with a friend. Appreciate you guys.
Lilas.
Lilas.